Previously on Writing Essentials. In our last episode, we took an in-depth look of writing skills, beginning with the basics. We discussed taking a systematic approach into writing, similar to doing a puzzle, with the key point being to focus on one small piece at a time. Then we explored pre-writing techniques such as brainstorming, listing, journalistic questions, and research, alongside tips like T-charts and Venn diagram for finding and organizing ideas to be later included in our writing. Moving on, we explained how to use each technique according to our needs in a given task of writing, and we tried different examples from IELTS, TOEFL, and GRE to put each technique into practice. Now we are ready to discuss other steps that are involved in writing process, starting with outlining to drafting, editing, and revising. This is a writing course tailored for a range of writing needs, from general writing tasks at a school and college to specific exams like IELTS and TOEFL, ensuring learners gain comprehensive writing skills at any level. We start with the basics and we continue the discussion to the advanced levels. So, let's talk outlining. Outlining in writing is an essential skill, a foundational tool that serves as a blueprint for any written work. It is like the basic frames or a skeleton on which every other component is assembled, be it a brief paragraph or a 4,000-word essay, or a complex research paper. This video delves into the depth of outlining, exploring its advantages, types, and practical implications, providing examples to illustrate its significance in crafting coherent and impactful writing. But what is an outline? An outline is an organized list or framework of related ideas, grouped according to their similarities and presented in a manner that clearly illustrates their relationships. It is a method used to plan the organization of writing, serving as a roadmap for both writers and readers to navigate the structure and logic of content. It is in fact turning everything that you come up with in previous section, brainstorming and free writing, into a categorized list. Consider the topic of urban life. An organized list might simply state traffic congestion, nightlife and entertainment, high costs of living, pollution, cultural diversity, job opportunities, public transportation, urban sprawl, overcrowding, access to healthcare, street art, noise, green spaces, fast-paced lifestyle, and educational institutions. However, an organized list might be rearranged based on the topics: economic aspects, social and cultural aspects, infrastructure and services, environmental challenges, lifestyle, and daily living. From this example, it is evident that outlining serves two main purposes. In writing, to organize and present ideas effectively and helping the author to achieve this in a convenient manner. In reading, to analyze the organization and the relationship of ideas in order to make the message go across easily. Obviously, there are other advantages associated with outlining. Efficiency. Outlining helps the writing process by providing a clear structure to follow. Coherence. It ensures a logical sequence and flow of ideas, preventing a jumbled presentation of thoughts. Time saving. Especially useful when writers feel stuck or their writing goes out of a straight line. An outline acts as a navigational tool, guiding them back to the main path. Organizational tool. It is crucial for managing large amounts of information in research papers or keeping track of complex elements in creative writing. Clarity. Outlining helps maintain a clear and coherent sequence that readers can follow, enhancing their readability and impact of the writing. How to create an outline. Take the following topic, the impact of social media. Now, the first step is to determine the purpose and the audience. Understand that paper's objectives and the target reader. The purpose of this topic is to analyze and discuss different impacts of social media on society. The audience? This paper targets a general audience, including social media users, educators, parents, and policymakers interested in understanding the broader effects of social media. The second step is to develop the thesis. Craft the main argument or thesis of the paper. For our topic, we could write the following thesis statement. The impact of social media. While social media has revolutionized communication, fostering global connectivity and real-time information sharing, it also involves significant challenges including privacy concerns, mental health issues, and the spread of misinformation. To be clear, we are taking a stance in which we think there are both positive and negative sides to the topic in discussion. As the third step, we are supposed to brainstorm and organize ideas. Compile all ideas and group related ones together. As you know, we have discussed how to brainstorm and generate ideas in length in our previous episode. But for instance, our brainstormed ideas on the topic are connectivity, information sharing, community building, privacy issues, cyberbullying, mental health impacts, misinformation, political polarization. We could group them like this: positive impacts, negative impacts, social implications. The final step is to structure and order and draft the outline. Arrange materials from general to specific, from abstract to concrete. Create main categories and subheadings. We could structure the outline by paragraphs, each covering a specific topic with supporting details like statistical data or logical evidence. Based on our brainstorm ideas, we could write the following outline with a solid structure and order. The impact of social media. Introduction to social media. Positive impacts of social media. Negative impacts of social media. Societal implications of social media. Conclusion and future outlook. There are some key points worth noting. Outline typically features brief phrases. Full sentences aren't necessary, but they can be beneficial for clarity. In sentence outlines, you could employ full sentences to describe the point of each section. In topic outlines, you utilize keywords and phrases to sketch out writing, condensing the main ideas of each section into a quick header. For instance, here is a topic outline of what we created earlier. In a topic outline, the focus is on keywords and phrases that capture the essence of each section. Here is how the outline would look. The impact of social media. Introduction to social media. Positive impacts of social media. Negative impacts of social media. Societal implications of social media. Conclusion and future outlook. Also, in a conventional outline, the standard outline format uses an alphanumeric system, which alternates letters and numerals at the start of each section. Main topics like sections or chapters are listed as Roman numerals, which remain unindented. Paragraphs are usually listed as capital letters, which are indented once. Points and subtopics within a paragraph are listed as Arabic numerals with a double indentation. Specific details are listed as lowercase letters, which are indented 3 times. However, we could simply use different bullet points of your choice and forget about the conventional format. Remember, there is no one-size-fits-all structure for outlining. The format can be adjusted to suit the writer's needs and the specifics of the task at hand. The outline should encompass the thesis statement, the topic to be covered, supporting evidence for each topic, and a conclusion. Here is another example based on an IELTS writing task. Young people in modern world seem to have more power and influence than any previous young generation. Why is this the case? What impact does this have on the relationship between old and young people? Outlining is crucial in expository writing across various fields of study, where the objective is to expose facts and ideas through presentation, explanation, interpretation, analysis, and evaluations. Whether it is a short composition, long essay, term paper, or examination, outlining aids in effectively communicating ideas. After drafting an outline, it's important to refine it. This stage involves reviewing the structure, evidence, and flow, and making necessary adjustments to enhance clarity and coherence. Outlining is not a rigid process, but a flexible tool that adapts to the writer's need and the demands of the writing task. The next step is to write a rough draft, using your outline as a guide. Write your rough draft as quickly as you can without stopping to think about grammar, spelling, or punctuation. Just get your ideas down on paper or the writing section of the test on your computer. You will probably see many errors in your rough draft. This is perfectly usual and acceptable. After all, this is just a rough draft. You will fix the errors later. Drafting is mainly transforming ideas into text. Drafting turns the structured ideas into written forms, focusing on content over form, emphasizing ideas over grammar or style initially. Using the outline as a guide allows for flexibility in paragraph order. Typically, creating a high-quality piece on the first try is challenging. Therefore, revising is essential. Start by sketching out the basic framework of your report or article, then progressively refine it, always with the overall impact in mind. Embrace the imperfections. Avoid focusing on minor issues. Should the right term escape you, note down an alternative and mark it for future review. The primary objective here is to flesh out your ideas and establish a structure. Focus on the significant objective rather than getting sidetracked by smaller issues like correct spelling, standard punctuations, or finding the perfect word. These elements can be adjusted later. Remember, drafting differs from free writing. Free writing is about exploration and discovery, allowing for thoughts to guide your writing freely. In contrast, drafting is more controlled. While drafting, you generally have a clearer idea of your goals, making it a more structured process. In drafting, if you find yourself at a dead end, it is necessary to retrace your steps and try a new approach. Even mistakes can be informative, indicating what to avoid in your writing. Now let's turn one of our outlines into a first draft. This is our first draft for every main topic in our outline. Notice how each paragraph could have multiple errors or an improper choice of words or anything that we need to revise later on. Introduction to social media. Positive impacts of social media. Negative impacts of social media. Societal implications of social media. Conclusion and future outlook. Now that you have created a rough draft, the final stage involves perfecting it. While both are very creative and productive tasks, drafting is more spontaneous and active, meaning that you just try to come up with sentences and you try not to stop the flow of writing. Revision, on the other hand, is more thoughtful and critical. As a writer of a draft, you must keep going and not get hung up on small problems. As a reviser, you are looking for even minor problems to stop. You become a demanding reader who expects perfection. When you are revising, read as slowly and carefully as possible. Some try reading out loud in order to get more cautious to see if there is anything that is not working well in the text. Reading out loud distances you from the words, making you a more objective judge of your own draft. Plus, it helps you to read and listen to the words at the same time. In fact, it engages two of your senses at a time to help proofread a text. You could either write marginal notes and strike out mistakes using a pencil, or you could move your cursor and correct any given mistakes at once. How you approach the revising section is usually your choice according to the type of writing task and the amount of time available. I would suggest the first approach for writing assignments at home and the later for when you are doing a writing task on your computer at any online exam such as IELTS or TOEFL. Revising is assessing content, logic, structure, and clarity. This includes evaluating arguments, ensuring smooth transitions, and crafting effective topic sentences. Editing is focusing on grammar, punctuation, and sentence structure. Includes checking, spelling, improving vocabulary, eliminating redundancy, and ensuring consistency. In order to get a solid grasp on how editing and revising work together, take a look at the samples that are provided through the link in the description. In each sample, many instances of both editing and revising are explained in detail. Plus, remember to take a look at other resources and templates that help you practice outlining and drafting. For more resources and templates in writing, make sure you check out deedlanguages.com. Remember, your final copy should always be neat and legible. Keep margins of an inch or more. Include indentation if you prefer to have one on your first line of a paragraph. Maintain proper paragraph distance. These contribute greatly to the overall readability of your writing task. As we finish this chapter in writing process, remember that writing is iterative, allowing movement between stages. Each step, from pre-writing to editing, builds upon the previous one, creating a well-structured, coherent, and polished piece of writing. Regular practice in each phase is the only way you can improve skills over time. In our YouTube channel, we can help you master each stage over time. So subscribe to our channel, keep practicing, and we'll see you in the next one.